Welcome back, everybody. Uh-oh. We might need to flip cams here. Hold on. Welcome back either way, though, to day 2 of the North America RLCS qualifiers. We had a pretty good day, to say yesterday, with 3 sweeps back-to-back in day 1 to bring us to uppers of day 2. We love to see that. Cherry, how do you think it's going to go today?
Well, obviously, today is going to be a lot different than day number 1. Day 1, Next2Nu Esports having 0 real losses. No games got necessarily close. 2-0s across the board, as each and every time they were dominating with force. Now, coming into day number 2, it certainly seems as if it will be a different world to play behind, as SpaceStation Gaming is going to be in that upper final. But if there is going to be Next2Nu Esports to make it there, that certainly could be a little bit of a detriment. But beyond that, there's 3 other teams within these first round 1 and the semifinals are going to be kind of without a hitch games, you'd imagine, as game 1, Hoopsies is going to be the opposition, and then the winner of X16 Esports versus JPM are going to be there to await them. So that's going to look to be very dominant. But if Next2Nu Esports can take down SpaceStation Gaming, making their way to Swiss stage day 2 or day 3, sorry, it certainly would give a little bit of a run for the money on how this in general season is going to go of RLCS. As SpaceStation, obviously they are a household name. We've known them for some time as a massive team. I'd mentioned them yesterday because of this matchup that we are going to potentially be seeing in that winners semifinal for the qualification. Now, assuming they go down to the lower bracket, there's going to be a lot of teams waiting. However, you'd imagine that Next2Nu Esports should be able to take down the majority of teams within this bracket. The only other team that or the only 2 teams that I look towards as possible oppositions to be afraid of are going to be M80 as well as St. Clair Saints Gold, as those 2 teams obviously have shown prevalence in previous seasons. M80, they're not necessarily the strong. I'm not actually entirely sure who's on the roster, but just generally, you take a look at the kind of money backing the org, the general dominance that they've shown in many esports, such as Rainbow Six Siege, such as Valorant. It kind of goes to show how you'd imagine that they have picked up an organization that is worth giving a little bit of a scare towards. Obviously, the other team, St. Clair, they are a household name within the CRL community. Definitely one of the top colleges in regards to esports in general, as well as this general season of RLCS. You are going to be looking at them as a team that could make contention for that Swiss stage domination.
Absolutely. And, if we drop to SSG, then I believe that's who we'll be playing. So, looks like we're heading into game number 1 against Hoopsies. Best of 3 here. Velocity going to play 1. Not going to be able to play on again. We see this rolling up sidewall. Velocity just has free touch off back wall. Hoping to get that to a teammate. Wuzy already up to the backboard. Not able to follow up for another. Now Hoopsies trying to take a little bit of possession, but Kehvn not going to allow it. Almost a beautiful shot on net. This one banged downfield. Kehvn playing it high, looking for one more. That one just cleared across net. What do you think that Hoopsies are going to have to do to beat this roster? I mean, we're seed number 5, or seed number 30 on me here. But what do you think that Hoopsies is going to have to pull out of the bag in this game?
Certainly looking as if this game is going to be all about the chemical reactions you can kind of approach with your team. If you can find that cohesive energy to be able to maneuver your way across the battlefield, the pitch is yours to dominate. Now, Next2Nu Esports, we've seen them being able to control the games that they had to go through yesterday, especially when we look towards players like Wuzy, like Velocity. Kehvn as well as being such a dominant, just kind of playmaker for the team with super assists coming in across the board. However, right now, Next2Nu Esports is already going to be on a little bit of a kind of equalized game compared to what we've seen in yesterday's matches. I don't think a single one went over a minute without scoring the first goal. However, this time it's a very different story, but it will be 3 minutes 36 as the goal gets scored, bringing them to the front foot.
Beautiful pass there and a good demo, and then Velocity just has a nice shot. That one gonna float right above Siege. 1-0. Next2Nu Esports in the lead here. Will they be able to keep that up the rest of this game? Kehvn gonna look for one, not able to.
No.
All you.
I mean, Hoopsies, they had the ball very aggressively standing on their opposition's court, planting it down. Unfortunately, no connection to the goal will be made as Next2Nu Esports brings it back, but it's Velocity to hit it on target for a second goal of the night.
And a great demo that one was too. I mean, we're seeing the playmaking abilities here. This time it's going to be Wuzy, but they are getting everything they need right now to find the free shots, right? I mean, when I say free, I mean that they're not missing their placement ever. Velocity gonna look for one high, finds it, maybe a reset. Kehvn tries to play shot. That one gonna bounce out of net. Kehvn finding a beautiful bump into the net. Not able to do a lot with that though. Now Siege on the front foot looking for the orange territory. That one cleared out, but straight back to the back wall. Kehvn looking to play one high, finding one. Wuzy already pre-jumped, almost gets the pass connected, but that one falling short.
Next2Nu Esports takes this to the next level. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. It's going in as Kehvn takes their own rebound. Scores it right on through, forcing the third goal for Next2Nu Esports. The start of this game looked a little bit light, but it's a heavy domination from Next2Nu Esports.
Yes, it is. We're starting to see the Next2Nu Esports we saw yesterday. I mean, even though they're playing a much better team than what we got yesterday, they are still not letting off the gas, and that is what we love to see. Kehvn plays one inside wall, finds a nice 50 with Siege. Wuzy already up, finds one touch, might look for a 50. That one straight downfield. Kehvn not able to find shot. It's gonna be saved high. Velocity shot, a beautiful save. And that one going back to orange territory. I lied.
The overall aggression, it's so good from Next2Nu Esports as they keep the goals scoring as Wuzy, right as Hoopsies thinks they have this ball for their own, coming in out of right field with a dominant goal to bring them forward. The aggression unprovoked, but it's still there in complicity. It's already a 5th goal off kickoff.
Yes, it is. Beautiful kickoff there from Kehvn. Just allows Velocity to have a nice shot, and unfortunately Siege not able to get back in time.
We look towards the 6th goal to be found relatively soon. Next2Nu Esports, 2 minutes, 5 seconds, all they got on the clock. Velocity hits the ball, going to be countered as Iamani breaking it forward, but not enough will be spotted as it is still going to be blocked off immediately, cutting it off before a single goal. They want to end this with perfect domination, and it seems as if it will be possible as DNY looking to make something happen, but Wuzy hits it up, able to counter, but the follow-up is there. Next2Nu Esports still on the defense. Kehvn gonna pull this ball away from opposition territory, but after it goes up, it goes to Wuzy, who takes it all the way for a ride.
Right, indeed, and that's what we've seen so far. I mean, it started out slow, but now we're heating up, everybody. Next2Nu Esports, definitely keep your eyes on them for this series, and especially this tournament with
obviously
SSG coming later.
Yeah, the first game of the night definitely has those jitters coming in, but Next2Nu Esports feeling ice cold.
DNY gonna find one here. It's gonna be cleared sidewall. Siege plays one high. Wuzy gonna be first to play, 50'd. Kehvn, not much boost in the tank, still able to find a touch for Wuzy to play on. Wuzy keeping it downfield. We're gonna see Velocity. Oh, great save there from the Hoopsies. Wuzy collecting corner. Kehvn looks for one, gonna fake for Wuzy, who just has a free ball. Sends one across the Velocity and saved by Siege. Oh my goodness, I don't think we were seeing any of this yesterday. The shots definitely, but the saves not one bit, and I love to see it. We get some competition today.
Poking the bear, gonna be Next2Nu Esports. Still on the front foot, however, looking to have Hoopsies nailed down, and nothing remains as Siege gonna be able to try and hit it, but unfortunately it just changes the trajectory by a small margin as Next2Nu Esports is going to let this ball wander. Goes aggressive, almost able to, but a little bit too wide to the right side. Even besides that, Iamani going to be able to clear it away. All down it goes as Next2Nu Esports picks up the game 5-0 Hoopsies showing some signs of life towards the end in terms of their defense. However, the offense never seemed to come to life.
5-0. You love to see that scoreline from Next2Nu Esports because, I mean, hey, if you're in the stream, I would assume you're supporting Next2Nu Esports. And, I mean, velocity, 8 shots there. We see some assists come out. Definitely Next2Nu Esports. They're playing like a team. We see the passing come into play. And that's what we're going to need to be seeing a lot of later.
Especially going to be one of the playmakers at 4 saves with a domination in the back lines, having just kind of that prowess to be able to let the team score potentially in this next game. Say, I'll hold this down, you go for the aggressive stances, and if they can make that happen, it could possibly be their way to take us to that coveted 3rd game, which we've been unable to see tonight. Not sure if we've been able to find the answer of if we will see any BO5s come out tonight or whether or not it is still all BO3s, but I would love to see a game go the... Oh, okay, so we are going to, I believe, see 1 in next round, so that is at least going to be a little bit of fun we can wait for. But Next2Nu Esports, they don't want to wait just yet. They still want to score as many goals as possible as they keep up the defense. I am Manny trying to play aggressively, but unfortunately the aggression unable to sniff out a goal.
DNY going to clear this one to sidewall, almost finding that redirect. Beautiful touch up from Kehvn. We're going to see Wuzy already up, finding 50. This one floating back to the Next2Nu Esports net. We do see a nice clear from Velocity, finding the bump as well. I am Manny first on Siege. Gonna look for a shot. Gonna be crossbar and out. Wuzy, a nice 50. Kehvn looking for shot here. Faked around 1. No shot. That one bouncing off crossbar. Cleared away by Siege.
And we already are looking towards Hoopsies having a good start to this game, as it's around the same time we're at now as when we saw the first goal scored for Next2Nu Esports. So whether or not they'll be able to keep that up, we'll wait and see. But the physicality giving Kehvn a little bit of a run for their money. Balls goes low. I am Manny picks it up, and it will give them a little bit of a chance as it goes centered. Unfortunately, with Next2Nu Esports instantaneously clearing it away, snuffing out a goal, it's going to be rough, as currently, we are just seeing Hoopsies trying to suffocate their opposition with numbers, but numbers just leave the goal to be cleared away.
Beautiful shot out of Wuzy there. Able to find number 1 in this game. Well done there. Next2Nu Esports showing a dominant performance so far, as they did in the first game. Still holding the 1-0 lead, hoping to at least hold the lead for the next 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The question is, will they be able to? We just got word this match is a best of 5. So,
oh, so every game tonight will be BO5. That's very fun. So even though our producer was yelling at me in Discord DMs, we are all good, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be seeing all best of 5s tonight, more likely than not. So make sure you stay tuned for that, because this game certainly has been electric so far. Whether or not the absolute cinema will continue, that's up for discussion. But with Next2Nu Esports finding this first goal, it certainly gives off the tone that we're going to be looking for a big, big match ahead of us.
Yes, it does. And we're going to continue this one so far. We got 1-0, 2:20 left on the clock. Next2Nu Esports kind of taking their foot off the gas a little bit, but still holding that lead to the best of their ability. You can see DNY almost going for a shot. That one going to be cleared away. Velocity looks for a touch. Realizes he can't. Going to go back down. Now Wuzy. Kehvn, a beautiful bump in net. Wuzy 50 to cross. Kehvn already waiting on it. That one gonna be a shot on Siege. Clears one out. Velocity not able to find a shot here. Hoopsies definitely have locked down their defense quite a lot more than we were seeing in the first game. But will Next2Nu Esports be able to break through that once again?
I mean, at this point, they don't necessarily need to break through that. They've found the leverage at 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining. It's all on Hoopsies to be able to get their number and find a goal to be able to equalize. Right now, though, it seems as if that equalization will be very lackluster, with balls still stuffed onto opposition court. Right now, Hoopsies going to be going for a bit of physicality, but it just leaves them down as there is going to be Next2Nu Esports in the 2v3 after the demolition. Hoopsies going to try and get this ball away. Not able to make it happen as Kehvn pushes it forward. No follow-up. Instead, goes awry as it stays mid-court. Goes high. It's going to be Siege to pick it up. Changing the trajectory, but the velocity goes their way.
DNY going to clear a beautiful pass there. Gonna see Velocity first to play on, finds the pickup, one down in mid. Beautiful bang there from Next2Nu Esports, making sure it's staying in that blue territory. We need to keep them there for as long as humanly possible. Only 46 seconds remaining. Next2Nu Esports just wanting to hold on to this lead to their best of the best of their ability. There we go. There we go. Good touch up here. Gonna see a beautiful Musty. Gonna be just a little bit high. Shot. That's gonna go through from Wuzy. Well done.
You very rarely see these kinds of plays capable, but Wuzy, despite having an uncomfortable positioning on their car, they're still able to create magic, finding the goal, concealing their presence with the weird angle that they shoot from. You wouldn't expect it if you're on Hoopsies roster. That might have made them a little bit more lenient towards the attack. But Next2Nu Esports, they are no slouch. You have to be keeping your guard up at all times. Next2Nu, however, being in a little bit of a tricky situation. Ball is going to hit the crossbar. Still, though, gets forced away, forcing Hoopsies to play back onto the defense with 9 seconds remaining. I believe this is the least amount of goals we've seen in a game so far this weekend. However, Next2Nu Esports, despite that, still will find a commanding lead at 2-0.
Commanding lead indeed. They're up 2-0 in the series as well, and that is rough to come back from. Now we would have to see a reverse sweep from Hoopsies, which not saying it's not possible, but it is very difficult, especially with that mental being broken down game by game, shot by shot. That goes through for Next2Nu Esports.
Obviously, impossibility, never quite the answer unless it is impossible, but in Rocket League, we know anything is possible. Probably, I'd give it like a 10% chance, maybe a little bit lower, give it like 7, or maybe even 6, ha ha ha, joke, funny. Anyways, yeah, I certainly think that this game should go to Next2Nu. Obviously, with how that game was a little bit less aggressive than what we've seen in previous, there's a chance that Hoopsies is going to be able to make the comeback, but I just don't believe that they have the current firepowers. They haven't been able to secure a single goal within this best of 5 so far, so that's certainly going to be the first sign of life I need to be able to imagine that they can do it.
Absolutely. It's the first sign of life, period. And so far, Velocity trying to crush those dreams. Beautiful pass there. And we see the demo come out from Kehvn, the physical one on the team, I'll say. I mean, from what I've seen, his demos have been immaculate every single time. And so far, getting the goals to the back of the net.
Pushing this ball, Next2Nu Esports looking to maintain their composure as it is going to be stolen away. DNY trying to pick it up as it goes to their way, however, not able to carry the follow-up. Instead, Kehvn's going to hit it to the corner of the Hoopsies side. Right now, though, it is going to be air dribbled right into the way of Velocity, pushing it downward, spiking it in. Goal goes for the side of Next2Nu for another second goal. I mean, absurdity strikes once more as it seemed like an air dribble to the opposite court was inevitable, but it just was taken right out of the Hoopsies' hands, and instantaneously, like a thief in the night, Velocity brings another goal.
Like a thief in the night indeed. That's what we call robbery right there. He took it straight off of his car into the back of the net. Hoopsies still looking for something. This one might just be bang top left, and Velocity getting the third of this game. Beautifully done. Is that
that one
for him?
That one wasn't even robbery. That one was burglary. I mean, if you're like on that Hoopsie squad, you need to be able to take that, but there was nobody playing the defense. They were barely trying to scrape it down, and unfortunately Next2Nu Esports, with the composure of a lion, gets a fourth every exploit taken as they get another victory on their opposition, exploiting weaknesses and dominating these inconsistencies that Hoopsies is putting out for a fourth goal, certainly showing a very dominant stance compared to last game where they only found 2 in 5 minutes. We're only 1 minute in, and there's already 4.
Yeah, it is crazy to see you know, just game by game, seeing how different some of these players play. I mean, because last game we saw Hoopsies playing defense a lot more. Now it seems they're trying to switch it up to offense, looking for that sign of life, as you said. But it doesn't seem to be working out too well for them. A good shot on net. Velocity just able to play across and now has full possession of this one. DNY going to try a pre-jump this one. Over 2. Looks for it in corner. No, nothing to be done there. Kehvn got to be 50'd out. This one high. Good touch up. Velocity tries. Not really able to. Kehvn just waiting on a touch. It goes high. Beautiful touch across. Wuzy already there. Looks for it. Gonna find one. No shot, unfortunately. So, in my opinion, they don't really need. They don't need any more offense.
That offense needed. Next2Nu Esports, you could practice your defense, or you could go for more goals. And I know which one of those sounds more fun to me. That second option certainly seems to be the one they're inevitably opting in for. As a very aggressive stance with the ball in hand. Wuzy picks it up, but Siege barely going to be able to block it with that physicality, taking him for a wide and making that uncomfortable situation for a shot on target. But Velocity looking to air dribble cross net, dodges the first, looks for the second. Siege able to block, but Kehvn keeps this ball alive.
Keeps this ball alive, he does. This one, a beautiful pinch back, almost in the Next2Nu net. Thankfully for them, it will bounce out. We have potential for a perfect sweep on our hands here. That one, 50 to cross. Velocity, no boost. Not going to be able to challenge this one. Siege just can play his own way right now. Looks for a bump on back wall. Finds it. DNY not able to get the shot as Kehvn flies from nowhere.
Moderating this ball, goes aggressive. Velocity looking for the positioning, not able to find it just yet. Going to be able to pinch it right up into the air, but it will still be Siege taking it away. Not for long, however, as the corner goes to Kehvn, able to connect to the ball. As now Next2Nu Esports in a once more aggressive stance. Kehvn trying to drop it low to get that potential in for the sight lines to be met. However, Velocity barely keeping this ball away from a cross shot.
Wuzy gonna play one across. Kehvn almost finding the redirect through. Not gonna be able to, though. Gonna see this one cleared back to the Next2Nu half. Out of corner. Could be a shot potential. Kehvn not gonna allow that one here. Velocity plays one high. Not a ton of boost, but he has some to work with. DNY just finds the pre-jump. Looks for the double. Not able to. That one cleared away by Wuzy. Siege, a little bit awkward. Not able to play on that one. Wuzy tries for it down, can't. Kehvn able to give one onto the sidewall, but we just see Hoopsies playing this bang ball, if you will, just clearing it right back and forth.
Next2Nu Esports looking for a fifth, almost inevitable, but Velocity barely going to hit it a little bit to the left as a misdirect is spotted. 40 seconds, all that's remaining is Next2Nu Esports on the forefront of a 3-0.
Forefront, you get it? And they got 4 goals. That was a pun, right? You intended that one?
Zero intention, actually, but that is that was very funny. But actually, what is also gonna, oh my god, that's not fair. That's right on target. Unfortunately, a little bit to the corner will give Next2Nu Esports not the goal they were hoping for. Hoopsies gives them, I guess, a little bit of a consolation. Not going to go down 5, not see the replay once more, but it is still Wuzy looking for that, inevitably hunting for the 5th, barely missing out on it as the clock strikes 0.
What a dominant performance from this Next2Nu roster. I mean, we talked about it the entire series, and I mean, you can't. Like, and then taking the last one 4-0. Goodness, Velocity getting 4 goals there. Not going to let any other player on his team shine very much that game. But hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and I respect it.
Still seeing Velocity with 4 goals, showing their dominance. Wuzy last game had 2. So it really just shows each and every player on this roster has the consistency in order to be able to make goals happen on their own terms. Just going insane. Wuzy having such prevalence with 2 assists this game as well. Kehvn doing their dominance, being that supporting player to be able to make these goals happen. And honestly, I just think overall this roster is something to be scared of. as next game. I don't know whether or not they're confirmed against who their opposition will be. Not sure if we have that bracket updated. But yeah, I mean, right now it really just goes to show, right? Like both these two teams, they were here. They made it throughout the bracket. Obviously, you'd imagine with how seeding is set up that if you are on Next2Nu, you were the team that really did have like a little bit of a easier pathing. Hoopsies probably had to make a way through the lower bracket at some point. And now they're going to be going up against a new team. So this game already showed dominance. This was the opener. Despite not having games played today, this weekend was enough practice for them clearly on Friday to be able to show that they are a team that has that potential to be able to make scores happen whenever on the field that they like. So realistically, I think that this second game should go even more in their favor. The testing ground is on game 3, but with a best of 5 ahead of them, they're going to get more than enough practice in order to see what they need to work on, what they're good at, and how they can exploit their opposition.
Absolutely. And I mean, we saw them exploiting very well in that first series. I mean, every opportunity they had, just setting it to the back of the net, you know, putting that nail in the coffin. Buddy, we have our game number 2. Are we able to throw up that bracket real quick? We will be playing JPM for the winners quarterfinal. So that should be a good game. Whoa, wait. SSG dropped the game. Hold on. Are we all saying this correct?
I think we are. SSG currently 2-1 against Acid Esports. So whether or not Next2Nu Esports will have to drop to that lower bracket may not be as cut and dry as one would have expected. Coming into this day, we kind of imagined that a team, I believe ranked, 8th overall, would be a team that might not be the easiest opposition to go up against. But now that we see them kind of taking a little bit of a David versus Goliath matchup to the ropes, maybe Next2Nu Esports will be able to find that 3-0, keeping the perfect record alive. Obviously, JPM is the team they have to go up against next. X16 as well was able to find a single game against them. So certainly going to be one that they will have experience playing long drawn-out games. We certainly haven't had that time, so maybe that is going to be better for the Next2Nu Esports roster if they do go on a map or two to be able to find the experience playing these long drawn-out series before having to go up against a team that will almost definitely go up to 5 games.
Absolutely. I'm ready for this game. I mean, I'm just ready for games, period. Let's be real here. And it seems we are about to start here. Already 5 minutes on the clock. Game number 1 of this best of 5. Next2Nu Esports versus JPM.
JPM, we look towards the players on this roster. Obviously, they've been able to make it this far within the bracket of the RLCS. This is where they got to bring it forward, though. This is where they got to prove that they are they're willing to be here and they are proven. If you're not Rocket League ready, it certainly will be shown within these next couple of rounds of the bracket, as Next2Nu Esports, we know with the perfect record they've maintained, they're not frauds. They're not teams that can be taken lightly. And JPM, we'll see whether or not they've been able to do the exact same, or whether or not Next2Nu Esports will peel away that red tape and find what's laying on beneath.
We have seen quite a bit of a physical game. Wuzy just going to take this one here. 4:09 left, and Next2Nu Esports find the first of the series. Well done, Wuzy. Said that one a lot yesterday. I remember that.
Already Wuzy, we saw them finding 2 goals within the second game of the last series to be able to secure the win for Next2Nu Esports. This time, already off to the front foot once more. Bringing a 1-0 lead. 4 minutes on target. It will be Fat Hug Frank. First goal of the night will be scored against Next2Nu off of the left side, just peeking it right on in. Open net, no defense. Looking like Kehvn might have had something going, but it's just a bit late on the punch. Not enough gas in the tank, as now Next2Nu going to be equalized at 4 minutes. We already see 2 goals.
Already starting out to be pretty quick of a game. A pretty aggressive game, to say the least. 2 in 1 minute. Velocity looking to make that 3 in 1:15. Beautiful shot there from Velocity, just taking it from sidewall, finds it high in net. Well done. So Esports looking to continue this lead.
And the lead continues as 15 seconds, all that's needed for Next2Nu Esports to be able to bring the lead. Allowing this ball to go on their side of the court. Wuzy will pick it up, but instantly Bio is going to eliminate their adaptation. As now JPM still going to be looking for some aggressive simulations as it goes through their heads. Velocity picking up pace, but not going to have enough as Kehvn looking for the 50-50, not able to win. It will be Fat Hug to try and bring that ball down. Velocity clears it away as they take it back up. Goes to the hands of Wuzy, who's looking to make something happen. The free jump going to work. Dividends being paid out as Bio keeping the defense alive.
Bio just survived a 1v2 against a seed number 30 team. I mean, goodness, let's give props to him real quick. That was some beautiful defense right there. But Kehvn gonna look to find this one down. Does indeed. That one cleared across. Velocity gonna be trying to play a little bit more defensive here. That one off backboard. A beautiful clear from Kehvn. Might see a shot immediately. Yes, we will from Velocity. Finds it through.
We have seen so much dominance coming out from Next2Nu Esports so far within this night, and despite JPM finding the second goal of this game to get the equalizer, Next2Nu instantaneously shoves them in the locker. As I don't know if you've seen on TikTok the high school video, high school bully video was. It certainly seems as if Next2Nu Esports is dominating and showing one of those right out for us. And JPM, they're getting pushed in the locker right about now as Kehvn going to try and get the 50-50, not able to win. It will go up for Velocity to try and make something happen, but it gets knocked off target. As trajectory changes, Kehvn brings it centered, goes a little bit aggressive with the 50-50, goes to Kehvn as they knock it off opposition cars. 2-11, and they get another goal.
4-1 Next2Nu Esports locked in today, to say the least. Showing that dominance that we know them by. Well done so far. They need to continue this though. Because, I mean, we know they're not going to take their foot off the pedal. They love that aggressive play style, so they're going to keep doing it. Beautiful shot here from Fat... What is it? Fat Thug Frank? I didn't see it, I'll be honest. Fat Thug
I didn't realize there was
Frank.
2 T's. Wow.
Yeah,
that's insane. Light touch is all they needed to bring the trajectory right to the top right corner, as JPM is going to be able to find another goal, brings it to 2-4. We saw this being the closest game Next2Nu had to play yesterday, as 2 goals were conceded. This time, however, they have 4. They just need to play keep away for 2 minutes. That will be all they need if they want to be able to find a decisive game 1. However, we know that in a best of 5, or best of 5, yes, it certainly can go to a really mental-based game where you want to strain your opposition as much as possible, with JPM already creating a bit of a comeback. At a minute 46, they take a 3rd goal off of it swinging under one of Next2Nu Esports' players. Now it's certainly going to be the time where you got to hit the gas pedal.
JPM showing their fangs in this game number 1. It's what you have to do. You have to come out all bite, no bark. 4-3 so far. Velocity gonna look to try to find one. Can't get a bomb. See Kehvn play on. Just gets one to the backboard. Ches, beautiful touch. Now Kehvn looks for the double. Gonna be 50 down. Wuzy, well done. Able to find the shot from a little bit of an awkward position.
See Wuzy after it gets spiked down right in front of the net. The penalty zone is theirs to play with as they secure a 5th goal, able to find that 2-goal deficit that they were able to maintain before. So it is going to be Next2Nu Esports on the back foot once more. Kehvn gonna have the ball. Wuzy plays a little bit of defense, trying to be the 3rd man as the rest of the team. Velocity, Kehvn forcing it in as it's a 3rd goal differential now, as JPM losing the momentum they built up.
Losing the momentum indeed. Next2Nu Esports just getting 2 more right after the 2 goals that JPM got. Now there is an even more substantial mountain that JPM needs to climb. Velocity, some nice touches from the corner, a beautiful reset. Not going to be able to find the shot though. Kehvn off ceiling, that one going to bounce down in front of the net. Wuzy gonna be a little bit high on the shot, but Velocity won't. Slots it bottom right.
Next2Nu Esports already on the forefront of victory. 50 seconds, all that's remaining as the 4-goal differential. We saw this in the 3rd game of last series. It seems as if Next2Nu Esports is wasting no time as a 7th goal gets brought in an 8th right as soon as kickoff ends. Velocity scores another.
Well done, Kehvn, popping it up, being the golf tee there for Velocity. And hey, sometimes you need someone to stabilize that shot for you. 47 seconds on the clock. Velocity can try to play one high.
Comfort given after somebody knocks it up. Certainly something you can't underestimate in the game of Rocket League. Just the easiest shots to hit are always the best. But as we know, Kehvn, they're not one player who's been just slouching. They've been able to do this type of thing consistently. And already, we look towards Ches having a bit of a disconnect. Whether or not that was a rage quit, whether or not that was something else, who knows?
They wanted to reset. They wanted to go next.
I see.
Yeah. They asked to go next. So that is what seems to be happening. Either way, a beautiful game from Next2Nu Esports. 8-3, being very dominant.
8-3. I mean, yeah, they had no chance. So maybe that is the play. Try and just stop the momentum that Next2Nu is gaining just by forcefully telling them, yeah, don't score anymore or else you guys are losers. Because, yeah, we're already playing a 2v3. We're at the disadvantage. And, I mean, I guess they respected it. Obviously, it would be funny to see Next2Nu consistently scoring after they played that 2v3 out. But, I mean, what more can you ask for? Obviously, in game number 2, we hope that it will be a little bit more kind of like back and forth. But obviously, with Next2Nu being so dominant within game 1, 8-3, not a goal line that we traditionally expect to see within Rocket League. So I mean, I do expect that this game will go a similar fashion. I'll give my input already. I'm going to say 5-0. Whether or not that will be the scoreline, who knows? But JPM already doing some good stuff as they spike it down. Bio barely hits the crossbar.
This one cleared downfield. I think we're going to see a 4-1 Next2Nu Esports taking it. But either way, Kehvn a little bit awkward, still able to play that touch high. That one cleared to the corner. Velocity gets one, looks for it off back wall, finds the 50 and a beautiful one at that. Bio tries off ceiling, not able to. Wuzy 50, this ball bouncing high. Gonna see Kehvn first to pick it up. Velocity a little bit awkward, tries to wait on that, but does not have the time to. Good 50 on back wall, cleared across. JPM just kind of trying to keep this ball in the Next2Nu half. And so far, they've been doing a good job at it. Good see Bio slots at bottom left. Well done from Bio. Able to realize the net is wide open.
That will give JPM first goal of the match. For the first time in, I believe, this entire weekend, Next2Nu Esports is not in the lead in a match. So certainly seeming as if this will look to be a rejuvenated JPM roster with new plans enacted. But as the ball goes straight into Velocity, they pick it right back up where game 1 left off. As Kehvn hits it right into Bio, and Bio just deflecting it right to Velocity car, going 24 kilometers per hour. That's Velocity to bring the equalizer.
1-1 now. 4 minutes left in this game. Still plenty of fight left in both of these teams here. Velocity gonna be a little bit awkward, and last back getting bumped. No double to come. We're going to see Wuzy taking this one from the corner. Finds the pop around 1. Tries to get the pop around 2. Might look for the pass mid. Unfortunately, that one cleared the corner. This one bouncing back to the middle. Good touch. Wuzy finds it high. This ball just kind of bouncing here. I mean, Next2Nu Esports just making sure to keep it in the blue side. Unfortunately, not able to right now.
So you're going to be hitting it right into Ches as the ball goes up. Fat Thug Frank trying to win the 50-50. Not able to make it happen. Instead, it's going to be Velocity. Hits it up. Going to be on the left side. Backboards achieved, but Fat Thug Frank can hand it into Kehvn. Kehvn takes the ball away. Going for Velocity into Wuzy for the combo play, but unfortunately not going to be able to find value. It's going to be spotted out as Kehvn with the pre-jump able to pay out dividends.
Velocity bang high from the back wall. This one drops down on Wuzy. A shot. Velocity almost able to get there in time. Wuzy able to grab that boost. Gonna let his teammates play for him first. Now Wuzy, free ball off of the sidewall. Velocity wanting to take that one. Could see an opportunity here from Next2Nu Esports. A beautiful bump in net, but Fat Thug Frank able to get back in position. Kehvn off sidewall. Wuzy gets one, looking for the double. Not gonna be able to find it as it bounces in net. Kehvn gonna be the one to find the shot.
Next2Nu Esports usurping their opposition's territory. All three players pushed up so heavily. Unprovoked aggression. Next2Nu Esports will take complete advantage as JPM going to be left without the equal. The storm is rushing in as needing to weather it. Next2Nu Esports is going to maintain their composure, finding the lead that they once had. With 2 goals in a row, they bring it straight on back.
Some beautiful touches downfield. You see Fat Thug Frank bang. Bio able to get one into that corner. Looking for it again. Finds a beauty of a 50. That one bouncing high. Kehvn just going to take this one to the sidewall. Pinched up. Bio on next. 50 across. Wuzy looks for the redirect. Gonna fake for Kehvn. Unfortunately, shot gets blocked. And that one back into the Next2Nu Esports half.
JPM looking to try and find equalizer. Not going to look for match point. Instead, they want to keep this game all tied up, all even Steven. But unfortunately, Next2Nu Esports, when they're on the court, it's unlikely you'll be seeing that. Right now, it does seem as if that is the case. Bio going to try and hit it up. Going straight on in from the high ropes. They dominate as they bring a bike down. Next2Nu Esports going to have a run for their money.
Run for their money indeed. Currently 2-2. Next2Nu Esports not being as dominant as we've seen in previous games. What do they need to do to bring that back? Cherry, what do you think needs to happen for Next2Nu Esports?
We look towards Next2Nu Esports, trying to find a strat to bring this back, but as we consider the options they have in the bank, it's already JPM hitting the punch button and going super aggressive with another goal. The domination appears as the masterclass performance starting to be ran dry from Next2Nu Esports. Will they be able to flush it back out? We'll have to see, as the arid performance from JPM no longer seems to be their team's notorious positioning. Instead, they have a little bit more to look for, and as a goal almost goes in, barely gets blocked out by Next2Nu.
Bio finding reset high, gonna drop it down for a teammate. Gonna be floating towards the Next2Nu Esports goal. That one cleared away just barely. Could see a nice 50 here. We do. Velocity up for a shot. Gonna be cleared to the sidewall. Now, this one going high. That Doug Frank plays on first. Finds the reset. Gonna throw it downfield. That one 50 high across in the orange territory. 10 seconds on the clock. Next2Nu Esports need something if they want a clean slate still.
But it seems with the touch comes in from Frank, that will do it. JPM ball looms down, and for the first time this weekend, JPM will make Next2Nu Esports concede their first game.
Well done from JPM as well. taking it 3-2 in game number 2. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting it, but JPM, they showed out. So well done to them.
Certainly seems as if Next2Nu Esports might not have as cut of a dry run as we kind of predicted. We were talking before the match started with our producer Nick NCS about how this game would probably just be Next2Nu Esports taking it by force, as we kind of expected SSG to be the opposition facing off against in the upper semifinals. But with the game 2 going the opposite direction, it starts to wonder, will we be seeing more competitiveness? As game 1, obviously, not competitive whatsoever. 8-3. The opposition in JPM genuinely said, GG, go next at like 10 seconds. So this goes to show that they had the counter strats. They were preparing, and they just wanted to get it done and dusted in game 1, because they were trying to get straight on into the action in game 2.
I respect GG go next as well. I mean, that keeps the mental intact at least a little bit more than it would have. Kehvn gonna look for something, but it's gonna be Velocity slotted top left. Well done, starting off the game hot.
It's already looking like that last game was a fluke. Next2Nu Esports pulls in another goal to bring this game back into action.
Velocity gonna be a little bit awkward off kickoff here. Finds the flick high, might find the shot as well. Gonna be saved out by Fat Thug Frank. I feel like he's the one player I keep saying his name. Definitely the star in my eyes on that JPM roster. This one cleared downfield. Velocity might have an opportunity here if he gets it middle quick enough. Unfortunately, not able to. Now this one, bang back. Velocity can't, and JPM finds one for them.
And that'll do it. JPM with a goal on target. No defenders. And it's already looking like Next2Nu Esports. And as Kehvn tried, despite having a goal early on within this third matchup, it's already going to be one for the books, as both teams have been on absolute tears, where we're going to be seeing the goals stockpiled and just flushed out from both sides, as we've been seeing scoring being the most consistent thing for both these rosters.
Yes, we have. I mean, that first game especially, we saw such a high score line. A beautiful shot saved out. This one back middle. No one able to get that, unfortunately. Good clear back to Kehvn. Bio, next to play on. Looks for it high. Unfortunately, not able to do a whole lot. Velocity on next. Might try to get one middle here. Never mind. Just going to take boost and leave JPM in a bad position.
Currently Next2Nu barely blocked out, as Kehvn's able to drop this ball right out of the goal, as JPM now back on the defense. Velocity looking to spike it, and unfortunately a little bit too far on the left side. Bio gonna have Frank trying to make something happen, and they will be able to pull it back, but right into Velocity, who sends it center stage, but Ches picks it up. The foresight there from them, as now Wuzy going to trick them in to bring it right on in, as now it stays center is Kehvn trying to get it down, limiting scoring potential. Wuzy will drop it away from the ball, but oh, Velocity picks up the pass, barely unable to make something happen, as the ball goes straight into Next2Nu's net.
Ches, well done there. Realizes you have the shot here. Realizes Next2Nu Esports is playing a little bit too aggressive. And so far, I think that's where most of the goals have come from, is just Next2Nu Esports being too aggressive, having too many players upfield, putting all their eggs in one basket. They need to stop doing that, in my opinion.
It's kind of a double-edged sword when you play a little bit on the defense, right? Because it limits the aggressive firepower you have on the offense. Without enough players in the arsenal to be on that attacking position, it gives your opposition that defense that can be so progressively dominant. But right now, Next2Nu keeps up on the aggressive stance, but does seem as if you are right. They go a little bit more haphazardly, but oh, Wuzy passing from Kehvn into Wuzy, taking it even further. Or sorry, Velocity takes the pass, brings it right on in as two players try and get the contestation, not able to make it happen. And Wuzy just having that foresight, the intuition, my teammates, they're good enough to win this. And they were right on that, as it was JPM getting scored on with no defenders in sight.
They found the equalizer. Now they need one more at least if they want to take this game number 3. This is the first game that's ever been dropped. It's kind of crazy to see. I mean, JPM playing so well against this Next2Nu esports roster. And as you were talking about that double-edged sword earlier, yes, it's a double-edged sword, but sometimes it's what you need. A beautiful flick. Bio able to find that one through. Gonna see Velocity getting a touch high, already pre-jumped by Frank. Kehvn on next. Velocity demoed. Kehvn shot! And he finds it to the back of the net.
The victory comes out as a minute 15 seconds, a bring back comeback, as Next2Nu esports will secure their third, courtesy of Kehvn, with two players looking to try and get the block off, not able to connect. Instead, Kehvn able to make the value coming off of this goal. They are looking to just play for match and series points. Whether or not they'll be able to find it, a to be determined. But right now, Next2Nu esports certainly seemed poised to be able to take this game.
Yes, they did, and so far, they're back to that aggressive nature, and they're finding the shots. Unfortunately, that one's gonna be just a little bit high. Bio finds it around. We're gonna see Wuzy having to make a nice controlled touch on back wall. And a beautiful double there. Wuzy pinch with Kehvn. That one sent into the corner, and Bio back the other way. Kehvn gonna look to stay on this one. Unfortunately, Bio already up, and we see two committed from Next2Nu esports. That's all right. Wuzy back, just waited on it and found a nice touch.
Next2Nu esports brings it back, as the ball going to go a little bit far to the left. Wuzy looking to pick it up, but it is instead going to be set to the middle. Right now, Bio trying to trade this ball to the opposite side, but his 9 seconds are all that's left. Velocity hits the nail in the coffin. 8 seconds on the board for 2 goals, almost if not impossible, as a ball just straight into goal. Looking like Bio almost having the save, not even having the option to be able to get anybody over there. It's tragedy striking JPM, as now Next2Nu esports, all they got to do is wait for this time to run out, and seems as if both teams know it. The aggression not really seeming to be there, as that's match and series point for Next2Nu.
Well done from Next2Nu esports. 4-2. Now we're just waiting on this ball to drop at this point. But well done there, taking game number 3 on to series point. How do you think it's going to go?
You gotta imagine that Next2Nu esports will be able to take this. It seems that they found their groove. Obviously, game 1 being an 8-3. Game 2 going the opposite way. This one, we saw everyone on the Next2Nu esports roster firing on all cylinders. 2 goals from Velocity, 1 from Wuzy, 1 from Kehvn. Everyone on this team bringing in domination. 14 shots on target total, just giving off this innate power that this team possesses, and it seems as if they're finally breaking out of their shell, showing it against some of the higher level teams within RLCS and A.
Absolutely, and I think they're going to try to continue that, right? I mean, one more game in this series, if they're able to find it, we would love to see that. But what's your prediction? What's your score prediction for this one?
I imagine I'm going to go very close. 2-1 going to be the prediction on this next game, as I believe this is where both teams are going to be a little bit more solid, not as aggressive. And those stances that kind of show their power might not be as many and kind of few and far between. And maybe I'm just going to be completely wrong, as Kehvn already pushes it right on in. Velocity trying to get a shot on target. Going to be blocked out. Bio able to get it away from net. But Velocity going to be having Kehvn trying to pick it up as they go for another one. Velocity, they're going for the 50-50, not able to pick it up. Instead, Ches trying to get something done. Wuzy not able to find the connection, but it doesn't matter either way. Hits the backboard, gets on to the crossbar, but it's still going to be JPM searching for the goal, not able to connect it just about yet. However, with everyone on the defense, gives Kehvn a shot for Velocity to follow up on.
almost finding that shot through as well from Velocity and Kehvn. Unfortunately, it's gonna bounce out. 0-0. We're a minute into this game. We love to see it. Kehvn gonna look to play one high, has plenty of boost in the tank. Frank able to play a nice touch there, but Kehvn just finding the ground pen. Shot on from Velocity, gonna be just a tad wide. Now Kehvn finds it. Frank playing it high off back wall. Gonna see Frank first one on that one as well. This one just rolling up for Velocity. It's the most beautiful thing you could have ever seen. Unfortunately, not a ton he can do with it. Bio shot on target, gonna be saved out by Kehvn, and straight back into the orange penalty box.
Next2Nu Esports maintain composure, as this game has been, I believe at this point, the longest game we've seen without a goal going their way. But as of now, everyone moshed into a little bit in the corner. Fat Hug trying to make something happen, but as they will have the ball taken away from them, stealing it down. Bio trying to chase, but not going to be able to make anything happen. Still, though, it will be Chuz to be able to get it away from goal. But oh no, Wuzy taking one just slightly above the grass. It nails the target as Bio slams it right into them, taking it up. Almost Fat Thug Frank to be able to get the trade and taking it out, but not gonna happen. Instead, a little bit too late to the punch as Next2Nu Esports takes the first goal.
The first goal, and I think this is the latest one we've seen so far. Almost, or 2 full minutes in. You don't typically see that from the Next2Nu Esports roster. They're typically scoring within that first minute, within that first 30 seconds. So JPM definitely the first threat to be wary about so far in this day number 2. Gonna see Kehvn playing one. Bio able to find 50. Velocity a bang down field. Ches playing on first. That one up to Wuzy. Wuzy a nice controlled touch. Almost 50'd straight to the back of the net, but gonna be saved out while just sitting in penalty box. Velocity shot gonna be a little bit high. A beautiful demo on his way out though. Frank not able to do a whole lot from that. Wuzy plays it to the corner. That one gonna be faked. Velocity a little bit awkward. Able to make the touches though. 50 to high. Kehvn getting one. Looking forward to the back wall. Unfortunately bumped off, and that one sent to the Next2Nu Esports half.
Next2Nu already. Shot goes a little bit wide, but it's picked up. Not able to find it either way. Backboard gets hit. Still the ball looming overhead. Both teams knowing that this is the most impactful goal of this game, as either Next2Nu is going to be able to find this, take a 2-goal lead, make it almost, if not impossible, for JPM to be able to find the comeback to get us to a map 5. And if you're JPM, this goal means overtime potential.
And that would be the first overtime we would have seen so far. Frank gonna play one high, looking for a touch out, finds one. Might look for a 50 as well. Unfortunately, not able to get it. We see Bio up already, getting one. Ches can't. Velocity reset, looks for a shot. Gonna try to pass out mid. Unfortunately, Frank already there. Good challenge from Kehvn. This one bouncing off sidewall. Beautiful redirect. Will that one be wide? Yes, just a little bit. And a shot from Wuzy, finding the 2-goal lead.
Wuzy's been a player we've seen consistently able to find scores with any way of their car, and it really just goes to show the just prevalence this player does have and their resilience, their grit when it comes to no matter how they're positioned, they will be able to find goals when they make it work. It certainly does look very, very nice, and obviously this is a player who has been seen so much on this team, and this will be them bringing the nail in the coffin for Next2Nu Esports. JPM, no more chances, only 30 seconds, finding 2 goals. A complete miracle would be needed, as now Bio trying to play defense, able to redirect the ball, changing the trajectory over towards the corner, but still not letting up. Next2Nu Esports looking for that 3rd goal, as right now we are just going to be seeing Fat Thug Frank not going to concede to that last one to him, going to try and make anything consolation wise, but now JPM set down to the lower bracket. Next2Nu up for upper semis.
Well done from Next2Nu, only dropping one in this entire day one and day two. It's very impressive to see. And even though there was a little bit of a scare with this JPM roster, now we have the big dog. Next game, we have the household name SSG. I do believe. Don't quote me on that just yet.
We haven't been able to see whether or not Waves Elves are going to be the ones to find the victory, but if you're a betting individual, you have to imagine that Waves Elves is not going to have the firepower to match up against the SSG roster. So that's certainly a match that I think all players watching this game are going to be excited for. It was kind of predicted by the StartGG website from the start of this weekend. And obviously, with a couple bumps along the hill, SpaceStation losing a map to Acid Esports, Next2Nu losing a map to JPM, it kind of gives off the impression that this game will be closer than one would have initially imagined. As both teams have shown, yeah, we're not gods, we're not perfect. There is still room to improve on everyone. And that just goes to show, right? This is still a game that we will have to kind of give a little bit more towards in terms of who will win, and I'm so excited to see who actually comes out on top in the end.
As am I. I mean, we've already seen some great games so far, especially with JPM. Had tons of firepower, and it's kind of crazy seeing them knocked out in, winner's quarter of day two? I mean, a team with that much firepower, it's hard to fathom them getting knocked down so early. But Next2Nu Esports, they're just doing what they have to do. It's another day in the office for them, all right?
I mean, this is certainly going to be the game that determines most of what this weekend will look like. As well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I mean, either way, Next2Nu Esports, they win this, they lose this. If they win, it's just an easy way into day 3 in the Swiss stage. They lose this, that just means we're here longer, as they will go down and play. I believe it will be the roster of St. Clair Gold, I imagine. I'm not totally sure how that does inevitably work out. I'm not smart enough to know how that all turns out, but obviously we are just going to kind of give us a little bit of a spot and see who does end up coming in.
Absolutely. Definitely some great teams knocked down into the lowers. Can't wait to see how some of those turn out and go look at the VODs of some of the players that are running it right now, because I mean, everyone in day two is going to be a good team, right? They're going to face they're going to have some firepower in the bag and give some competition to good teams. So, I mean, Chronic reveal. And Diaz, that is a stacked roster. Can't wait to see how Next2Nu Esports will play against them. I mean, they've been so aggressive against everybody else. Will they take their foot off the gas a little bit? Will they be nervous? Hopefully not, but there is the possibility.
That's certainly seeming as if Next2Nu has their work cut out for them in this final game, possibly of their their final game to qualify for Swiss, likely getting ready, because the 2025 season, it's been a little bit since then, and now we're here. 2026 day 2 arrives. Kickoff starts as SpaceStation Gaming taking on Next2Nu Esports for game number 1. We already look towards SSG putting up a strong performance, moving this ball down court. However, instantaneously, they're going to be the ones constantly on the front foot, but getting blocked off. Next2Nu Esports not going to concede this too early.
Thankfully as well, we see some good defense out of this blue side, the Next2Nu Esports roster. I don't know how Chronic is not demoed there, but that is all right. You can see Chronic reset over one, reveal to the backboard, and a double tap on Next2Nu Esports. A beautiful start for SpaceStation Gaming. Now Next2Nu has a little bit way to fight back.
These two teams They've been playing longer than one could imagine, getting ready for this spot, trying to make their way up for the Swiss stage, and SSG wasting no time. Next2Nu feeling the pressure.
$50. Okay, we're good. Discord doesn't like me, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I was so like concerned for a second.
Discord just decided to shut me off for a moment. Said I've been talking too much, right?
Yeah. And oh. Yeah, oh, I guess we were still muted even when that was happening. Well, that's tragedy. But yeah, 3 minutes are on the clock. Next2Nu trying to get something done, but right now lots of players on the SSG roster playing very aggressive. Front court, mid center has been controlled as now SSG gonna look for the goal. It's Chronic scoring it right onto Next2Nu with the demo coming right on after just for a consolation prize. We look towards this replay as Chronic slamming right into the ball.
Well done from Chronic there. Next2Nu Esports needs to find a way around all of these demos. That is what is currently giving SpaceStation Gaming the lead, in my opinion. Kehvn's shot, it's gonna be top left, and a beautiful shot it was.
Showing dominance. It will be another goal for Next2Nu, opening their start in this series with the goal looking to bring this deficit to a close, closing the gap that has been mounted. SSG not going to have too much riding behind their scoreline now. It's Next2Nu going to go for the block, trying to get aggressive. All three players playing the defense. Nobody follow up. Reveal takes it for a ride, bring it to center court. As now Velocity going for the 50-50, able to pass it out. Kehvn trying to bring it forward. Goes up. Going to be Kehvn losing it out. Pinch comes out as now the ball not going to be on target, but Wuzy brings it forward.
Velocity to the back wall. Reveal plays a beautiful touch. Chronic, a little bit awkward, not able to play that one. This one's sent high from Reveal, finding the demo, looking for the double tap. That one just bouncing off post and a shot coming back through. Kehvn able to find the save, and Velocity waiting on this. Wuzy, play it high, gets the reset. Diaz able to find the block. Reveal finding the demo. Chronic now has the free ball, finding the 50-50. Diaz playing it to this corner. Kehvn trying to get it back for his team, but Diaz not going to allow that one here. Finding the shot, a beautiful save out of Wuzy. Chronic back the other way.
Oh, Chronic getting blocked out. Kehvn picks up the ball, looking to start the domination of their third match. Swiss stage is upon them, and obviously in the best of 5 in Rocket League, you need to make each game count as these go by faster than one would imagine. Right now, Next2Nu Esports looking to be on the cusp of equalization. The first overtime of this weekend, possibly to be found here in Game 1 against one of the top teams in all of North America. As SSG poising upwards, looking for a start. It will be Chronic pushing the ball over towards Reveal, as now Wuzy brings it up. Goes over. Reveal almost not able to touch, but unfortunately a little bit too wide from the ball. As now Velocity takes it for a spin, picks it up, keeps it alive, but the ball takes the backboard as they're only able to find the ending and not able to find the closure that they would have liked. But still Velocity hands it right over towards SSG. Tragedy strikes, but still ball goes off target.
Reveal a beautiful dunk there. That one sent into the corner of blue territory. This one, Chronic gonna have a nice touch to the backboard. Reveal already there, waiting on it. Wuzy gonna be waiting to play 50-50. That one going high. Velocity gonna try 50 across. Now Chronic playing one. Kehvn looking for the shot. Gonna be 50 away immediately. Wuzy, 100 boost in the tank in 16 seconds on the clock. Gonna be 50 down. Velocity can't, unfortunately. Kehvn looks for it to Wuzy. Wuzy there. This one to Velocity. Finding the shot, and it's gonna go through! The goal from Next2Nu Esports the equalizer in game number 1.
And look at that, Chronic right above the ball, watching it go in. Tragedy striking SSG as Next2Nu Esports picks up the 4th goal of the game. 2-2, overtime, all but inevitable. But Next2Nu Esports, we've already seen him secure a miracle once this game. Can they take a second? Ball goes high, but it looms over. Nobody touches. It's Next2Nu. Equalizer to secure overtime.
Overtime, the first one we've seen so far in the RLCS qualifiers. Chronic playing a touch high. Kehvn able to get 50. Wuzy getting in around 1. Now Reveal going to take this high. Reset. Looks for the shot. Wuzy already on immediately. Kehvn, no boost in the tank. This Next2Nu roster is just starved of all of their boost. See Velocity able to pick up 1 pad. Able to get the 50. Now Kehvn going to fake it around 1. Velocity has the boost in the tank, able to get 50 into the corner. Velocity 50'd. Wuzy not able to play, but Kehvn looking for 1 to the midfield. Not able to. Diaz just going to take this one around and take it for a spin. Velocity to the midfield to Reveal. Diaz back. Now shot on from Chronic, saved out by Velocity, and it's back the other way.
But a bit of aggression from Next2Nu Esports could be their downfall. Velocity going to keep this ball in play with a good pass over. Velocity hits it up. Gets to the backboard, but Diaz scores it in. Next2Nu Esports on the cup finding win, brings it to overtime, but tragedy strikes at 1 minute mark as Diaz going to score it in for SSG, taking the opening game. But oh my God, was that close?
What a game 1. We get to see the overtime coming out tonight, and oh, what a miracle goal that Next2Nu Esports had. Unfortunately, not able to take another one. But I mean, we see 4 shots out of Next2Nu Esports. Their foot is completely off the gas. There is not much going for them here except that defense, which they did beautifully.
It's already seeming as if this series will be one to go the distance, as both teams putting up such a strong performance. Diaz, Reveal having 8 shots on goal combined. Chronic bringing in 6 of their own. A combined 14 for SSG. Yet despite that, the blocks, the defense, the prevalence, the resilience and grit shown by Next2Nu Esports was enough to push to overtime, and a minute in it at that. But already off kickoff, Diaz, despite having the opening or ending goal last game, they're taking the opener this time.
That is all right, though. Next2Nu Esports, knowing that they can play against this team, knowing they don't have to be scared. Even the 1-0 with 4:53 seconds left doesn't mean anything. Diaz going to take this one to the sidewall. Kehvn first to play on, trying to find the 50, finds it straight down. Demo in net comes in. Beautiful save there from the Next2Nu Esports roster. This one cleared across by Velocity. Chronic gonna play 1. Wuzy just has bang high. Unfortunately, Velocity not able to get, but Kehvn gonna look for the second. 50'd away.
Next2Nu barely gonna miss it out as it changes trajectory right at the last second. SSG takes a second after Chronic pulls it right on up, and Reveal spikes it downwards. Next2Nu gonna have a run for their money as this game ending up a lot like what we saw last time, where SSG starts a demanding lead. But Next2Nu Esports, we know they've been able to pick it up before, change the pace, keep the tempo in their favor. Can they do it again? That's the question.
Velocity trying to get this one high off of the backboard, not able to. Diaz looking for it low. Beautiful touch. Wuzy playing on first. This one going to be a fake to Velocity. Wuzy already up, finds the touch straight down. Unfortunately, no shooter there. The demos coming out from SSG are demanding. They are putting the Next2Nu roster, as you said earlier, in that locker. I mean, they are just bullying them with this physical aggression.
As now SpaceStation Gaming still able to play the defense just as well as the offense. Kehvn going to be able to redirect the ball. Wants to push it aggressive. Keeps it up. Pass away. Wuzy takes it into corner. Velocity tries to make something happen, but the life getting sucked out of this ball and redirected despite the save Chronic demands goals as a third will be connected.
That was a beautiful save as well, and Chronic is just ready for it. This goes to show what professional players look like. Next2Nu Esports able to hold their own against them, especially in that first game. This game looking a little bit different, but still 3 minutes and 17 seconds left, and the goal from Velocity.
3 minutes and only a 2-goal deficit, seeming as if Next2Nu Esports might be able to keep this Velocity going their way. Pun intended, as Velocity's been a real playmaker, seeming as if this kickoff could be the converter, as SSG going to be given the right, but it goes instantly towards Kehvn as they want to try and make something happen. It will still be Wuzy to hit it against the wall, try and get something in air, but as SpaceStation has been so proactive in air, they're already active for it. Still, though, 3 minutes in, Velocity not going to try and get the contestant. Diaz tries to make something happen, gets hit off course by Wuzy. Still, though, Reveal goes in aggressively, trying to play the defense with Diaz. But right now, Velocity still pushed up, right? It's a Reveal to get something done, but it gets off target, goes for the follow-up, able to get it out of the corner. Is now Wuzy having to play the defense. Reveal of trying to make the goal, not able to do it. Chronic goes in aggressively, but gets hit off course, as now SSG still getting pushed to the brink. To the brink indeed. Next2Nu Esports definitely putting some shots and some pressure on to that roster. Beautiful 50 here in corner. Chronic gonna look to take this one high. Gonna be bumped off of that one. Diaz looks for shot. Might just find it high. Unfortunately, Velocity, no boost. Not much you can do in that scenario. But Diaz knows that and slots it top right. Well done. Still 2 minutes and 7 seconds left on this clock. 4-1 to the SpaceStation Gaming roster. This one, 50 to cross. We're going to see Velocity trying to take it high. Gets it over Chronic. Going to be saved out by Reveal. Now this one, 50 to high. Kehvn getting one mid. Unfortunately, going to be blocked away by 2 SSG defenders. Now downfield, Diaz already waiting on it. That shot going to be just a little bit wide. And Wuzy trying to play some good defense. Kehvn finding the save. Diaz has the boost, able to find the bump. Reveal looking for it high. Just gonna find it slotted bottom right off of the bump. Trying to make some commitments, but unfortunately, as we see Wuzy hitting towards the top side, it will be a simple just roll right on into the goal as SSG will find their 5th of game number 2, seeming as if series point will be inevitable, looking to shut Next2Nu Esports down to the lower bracket as a Reveal taking a 6th, a dominant game number 2 with only 1:30 remaining. SSG having no way to be shut down.
No way to be shut down indeed, and with 1:30 remaining, miracles on top of miracles need to happen. Kehvn gonna find kickoff. Reveal getting a nice one. Now gonna take possession here, trying to find it high. Around 1, 50 away on the second. Chronic bumped off of that one by Velocity. Velocity gonna look to play this one high. Gets 1, gets 2, looking for the bump. Unfortunately can't find it. Shot just gonna be wide on that one, and Chronic sent back the other way.
SSG with only 1 minute remaining. Next2Nu Esports just looking for a consolation goal to make something go their way, but it doesn't seem as if anything will be inevitable. Diaz pushing the ball right on up. Another player pushed in the wakes, but that will give a little bit of breathing room. As now Kehvn chasing the ball, looking to try and get some contention on it. Get a good touch, but Velocity is the one to spike it downwards. No follow-up from Next2Nu. SpaceStation looks to cover. Instead, however, the ball hits the backboard. The rebound going to be coming in for Velocity. Next2Nu still trying to make something happen, but as Diaz pushes it the other way, Velocity keeps it on off course. It still is going to be Reveal trying to make something happen, but instead, the ball just goes awry. As now it's going over towards the Next2Nu Esport court once more, as Wuzy pushes it up, gets it down. SSG going to falter at 11 seconds.
Goal number 2 for Next2Nu Esports. I mean, hey, at least they're keeping that 2-goal consistent, right? They got 2 in the first, they get 2 in the second. Now, in the third. Hopefully they can hold SSG to lower than that. 11 seconds left here, and this game is pretty much over. I'm not sure if it's humanly possible to score 4 more in 11 seconds, much less on a professional roster. But Next2Nu Esports definitely going to try. That ball is down in game 2, heading over to the SSG side.
Unfortunately, as day 2 commenced, we knew this would be looming ahead, and it already seems as if SSG with the commanding 6-2 scoreline. Game 1 going to overtime. Such a dominant performance. The game after certainly unexpected. As Next2Nu Esports, will they be able to make the comeback? 3 necessary in a row to be able to find it. So realistically, SSG, they're going to be kicking their feet up. But Next2Nu, we know they have that perseverance. We know they have that grit. And we know they have the chances to be making this comeback.
And definitely showing some more aggression on that side with the calm little 7 shots. SpaceStation Gaming, of course, getting 14 once again. Why not? They're consistent, right? But we head into game number 3, hoping for a different outcome. Maybe another overtime. I'd love to see it.
As Next2Nu Esports gets hit with kickoff once more, SSG gonna try and find their win against them. But as this David versus Goliath matchup comes to a close, it's Next2Nu Esports needing to make it back. We know, despite being the underdogs in this matchup, they've had that perseverance to come back in games before. Coming into this weekend as the 30th seed, this is the time to prove your worth. Reveal, hits it upwards, going to be blocked out, traded around, playing ping pong with the ball as it hits the backboard once more. Wuzy keeping it from dropping right in front of net, as now it is going to be a 50-50 one out by the Next2Nu Esports roster. But not for long, as Reveal going to be able to pick it up as it goes over towards Chronic, trying to play the defense, but forced into a bit of concession. Takes it from the high ropes. Wuzy gets the touch, able to bring it over, but still with Reveal on the opposite side. Ready and awake. They are still going to be able to keep this ball alive in their favor as both sides play the ball well. It still is going to be Next2Nu Esports holding up, which is longer than we've seen them being able to hold up before, where these goals come in instantaneously.
Well done from the Next2Nu Esports side so far. Wuzy gonna find the touch. Now with 50, Kehvn and Reveal. Velocity a little bit awkward. That's gonna be a beautiful shot. Wuzy with an even better save. Diaz sending that one off of the top ropes. That one going down off of corner. Diaz not gonna be able to get there in time, but just boost starving the Next2Nu Esports roster so well so far. They don't have the boost to work with the ball like they have been in previous games. It is definitely one of the biggest factors playing in this game, in my opinion. Beautiful save out of Kehvn there. And they're going to look to bring it back the other way.
Running the defense, Wuzy able to pull it up. Pushes it straight on up. 50-50, going the way of Chronic, however, just hits the backboard. Goes up, goes in, goes away! As Velocity able to play the defense so well, but they go in for a bit of aggression, but unhindered. It will be Chronic to pull it right on up, but as a hindrance comes in, Wuzy, Kehvn, both going to be the ones playing this ball right now as we see Velocity in the midfield. Kehvn being the third man, able to hit it out of reach. Redirection goes in as Diaz takes it from a spike on the right side of the corner. Domination as SpaceStation Gaming losing the momentum they've gained game 1, game 2. This time we're halfway through the game, and only now will we see the first goal come in.
Well done from both sides of the pitch so far. What a beautiful shot there from Diaz, by the way. And one more. Kehvn able to get the save on that one, though. Kehvn gonna look to follow up on this, finding 50. That one high. Diaz plays touch. Velocity up first on this one. Kehvn gonna look to follow. Unfortunately can't. Now Wuzy full boost in the tank. Able to play his own game for once. Finding the pass middle. That one 50 high. Velocity on next. Saved out by Diaz. Now Diaz looking for the musty. Finds it to Chronic. Chronic just has the shot on the left side.
Chronic, Diaz working hand in hand. Unison's being the name of the game as both these players just passing it right on into each other. And just this complete trust gives them this opportunity to be able to score goals from any position with on field. As Next2Nu Esports, only 2 minutes remaining. That's 1 minute on average per goal. More accurately, 59 seconds. But Kehvn still going to have some opportunity to make something happen. Gets hit by the 50-50, tries to get the follow up. Not going to happen. Instead, Wuzy going to be blocked out. Velocity trying to go high, but Diaz going to be able to maneuver past them. Dancing this ball around, blocking it away. Kehvn not going to give anything over. But as the ball goes straight on in, nobody's there to play defense. That's SSG faltering at the last second, giving the concession over. As just look at that light touch from the Wuzy, who just bakes it right on into the goal.
2-1. SpaceStation Gaming only leading by 1 here. 1 minute 32 left on the clock. Beautiful 50 to start this one off. Diaz going to send it back, wanting to take possession. We see Wuzy trying off ceiling. Unfortunately, not going to be able to. A beautiful 50 coming out of midfield from Kehvn. Make that 2 of them. Wuzy going to look for 50. Finds it. Kehvn a little bit awkward. Able to dodge the demo, but Chronic now for the shot and a beautiful pass to Diaz, who slots it top left.
That will do it. SSG takes a third, as well as just the domination as we look towards the passes this team has brought in for each and every goal. It just looks like one cohesive unit that's so difficult to be stopped. And now as SSG brings them to the forefront, Next2Nu Esports necessary to be able to find any goal right now, right here, if they want to bring it back. But a 3-0 win seeming to be on the ropes. A miracle necessary. We saw a miracle before when overtime was reached in game 1 after only 5 seconds remaining on the clock. This time it seems as if that story might not play out the same. The Cinderella run might be put down as the first loss all weekend long. May be inevitable for Next2Nu Esports.
It may be, unfortunately, but they are gonna give it their all this game. Still 30 seconds left on the clock. While a substantial feat to pull out 2 goals here, it is possible. That 150 back. Chronic gonna be demoed. This ball flying high. Velocity first play on, getting a beauty of a touch. Unfortunately, no one there to play that one. Wuzy to the sidewall. Velocity a little bit awkward. Gonna wait on Kehvn's touch here. Kehvn plays one. Chronic straight to the back wall. And SSG looks to find this series 3-0.
As the ball looming downwards, that will do it. SSG taking the 3-0 lead. Next2Nu Esports, however, each and every game, they were scoring. They were looking like a team capable of more than what you would have imagined coming into a matchup where you're playing debatably the #1 team within North America. So it certainly seems as if Next2Nu Esports, despite losing this matchup, they will be able to come into the lower bracket better than ever, as now they are facing off within the final round that we'll see here tonight. Who takes that? That's a to be decided, because there's still opportunities. I believe we're either going to be seeing Hoopsies, the Lemons, Acid Esports, Chuz, the Lemons, St. Clair's Golds to be the teams that will contest. Whether or not we'll see a rematch between any of these teams, that is a to be decided. But I'd gotta imagine that Next2Nu Esports, they gotta be able to bring it back, right? This has been looking so good.
Oh yeah, I personally think they will be able to. I mean, you got to take into account that is a professional roster who plays in RLCS, who shows up at Worlds. I mean, there's still a lot of work ahead of them for that Next2Nu roster, but it's all right to falter to one game. You know, it's all right to falter to a series, especially when playing a team like that. But now they might be able to take it a little bit easier, hopefully not letting that foot off of the pedal, looking for day 3.
Take a look at this bracket. Oh my gosh. Just insane that we're already seeing Next2Nu Esports already within 1 game away from that qualification. Obviously, last game they were as well, but despite the loss to SSG, they're still going to be up and at them, ready for whoever they take up against either the Lemons or St. Clair, or obviously if one of these other teams do end up coming in, that could give them a little bit of a hindrance. However, you gotta imagine that St. Clair Gold will be the team that will likely be challenging them.
That is what the prediction shows on start.gg. And that is a game that we would love to see personally over here at Next2Nu Esports.
A new opponent, the Lemons, a little bit about them is they did not have too big of a run within the winners bracket, as they were facing off against a team I cannot pronounce, and it was 3-2. A very close game, one of the only 3-2 matchups we saw all night long. Then facing off against M80, as one would expect, a loss was found, 3-0. They made their way through the lower bracket. They come into kickoff against Next2Nu Esports, looking to make their way into Swiss, but already it seems like they're going to be able to make a dominant performance as it's a goal off spawn.
Absolutely, and a beautiful one at that. Just slotted bottom right. Unfortunately, Next2Nu Esports. They're coming off of, having to sit out for a little bit, so they could be coming into this game a little bit colder than they would like. But, okay, I got word they've been scrimming this entire time, so I lied to you guys. A beautiful shot from Velocity here, kicking it back and getting that equalizer in game number 1.
We already see Next2Nu Esports bringing it back, as despite the goal off the rip, the Lemons unable to keep the leverage going. As we look towards this next kickoff, already a second on the ropes, but unfortunately, Brock will not have enough to be able to stuff it in net. Looking like they might have another opportunity too. Unfortunately, goes a little bit wide once more. As now Next2Nu Esports shuts it down. Gonna go for another shot on target, but it will be Velocity blocking it off, but Brock still staying poised. Make something happen. Next2Nu Esports, they've been good, and we just see both teams now playing keep away. This is a big game for both, as loser goes home. Winner goes for another day within RLCS.
Would be a very good one to win for Next2Nu Esports. They've had quite a dominant run so far, but unfortunately these last few games been a little bit rougher, to say the least, especially with SSG in the midst of those teams. Still tied 1-1, 3:50 left on the clock. Next2Nu Esports trying to get something upfield. The Lemons has been putting on some beautiful pressure so far, not allowing much to happen from the orange side. Gonna see Velocity played over 1, gets to around 2. Unfortunately, now Wuzy gonna follow up. Rock finding 1 across. Velocity 100 boost, gonna look for a touch, not able to in time. An unfortunate backflip from Kehvn, and that's gonna cost him a goal. For Rock finding it 2-1, 3:19 left.
Collecting a second goal, the Lemons bringing back the lead despite Next2Nu Esports scoring 1 in return off of the first off that 4 seconds into the round. It certainly seems as if this game will be full of goals to be scored, as both teams pressing the go button. Next2Nu Esports now needing to bring it back once more. We saw them off point being good, but this is certainly seeming as if the positioning from both teams is going to be on point. Kehvn hits it to the corner. Demo comes out. Geo trying to contest the 50-50, not going their way. Ball goes center court, but Kehvn trying to make something happen. Going to be maneuvered around them. Good block comes through for Next2Nu, as now they bring it back into position, but with a shot top of the net, it goes Brock to take a third.
This team, the Lemons, oh my goodness. I've seen nothing but pressure so far in the first 2 minutes of this game. How will Next2Nu combat that? It is going to be rough, but knowing this team, they will figure something out. Beautiful kickoff here. Gonna start off in the Lemons' hands. Could be a double tap opportunity, cleared away by Kehvn. Now, a bit of a mistouch, but Brock is gonna be able to play off of it pretty well. Velocity gets 1. Kehvn already up in time. You see the Next2Nu roster heading downfield. Velocity 1 to the midfield. Gonna be pre-jumped by 2. Could be an opportunity here. Almost a beautiful shot from Wuzy. Not gonna be able to find it through. This one back the other way. Kehvn, a great block there. That one 50 high, right over net. Brock going for the psycho, extended high. Kehvn follows up, down to Wuzy. Velocity now to the backboard. Kehvn finds the 50.
As we look towards Next2Nu Esports, the Lemon's going to still maintain this lead. However, with Next2Nu, all players down court, swarming the opposition. It will not be enough. A good shot coming through. Is Zell going to be able to bring it back? It's going in. Brock with a fourth. As despite being at the half-court line, they still keep their composure tight. Take that great shot without getting contested whatsoever. A couple players swarming in, but it will not matter as the devolving of Next2Nu seems to be enacted despite scrimmaging this entire time. Well, on the break, it doesn't seem as if it will be translating into the play, as now the Lemon's going to keep up this aggression. Obviously, in the best of 5, you have the opportunity to be able to come back. Make these comebacks is certainly something these two teams are going to be good at, as they have the resilience to be able to do it in past and now in present. They just need to make it happen once.
They just need to make it happen once, indeed. I'm waiting for it. 4-1 so far from the Lemons. Next2Nu Esports, they are having pressure, but unfortunately can't find a shot through right now. Just getting blocked away after attempt after attempt. Kehvn gonna throw it downfield. Not gonna be able to get there in time. Brock already up for it. Beautiful touch there from Kehvn. Gonna allow Geodes with a shot. Velocity now. Taking this one to the sidewall. Almost bumped off of it. Not just yet, though. Brock playing one across. I'd see a pinch here downfield. Wuzy playing one high. Geodes taking that off of him. Brock not able to get there in time for it. Kehvn, the corner. This one dancing around the orange territory once again. Wuzy trying to go high. Not going to be able to. But a beautiful bang downfield to Wuzy. Velocity not able to do much. Wuzy with the shot. And it goes through.
That gives the collaboration necessary as they're all working in unison. Next2Nu Esports brings a second. 25 seconds within the game. We've seen them be able to score with 5 seconds on the clock. Certainly something they want to make happen again. As the Lemons, they've been able to make their way through the lower bracket. The question is, will Next2Nu be able to bring them offline to be able to qualify for day 3? Swiss top 32 is on the line. Next2Nu Esports came into this as the 30th seed. They want to bring it back, and we'll see whether or not they'll be able to do it. But as of now, seeming as if the Lemons will be taking them for their as this is going for the Lemons, starting us off with the ball dropping straight on down. Next2Nu ending on a high note. But the looks of it as Wuzy scores with no time on the clock. But despite that, a 3-4 loss will all be what they're left with.
4-3, not a bad scoreline, though. Lemons do take game 1. Next2Nu Esports definitely going to have a little bit of a mountain to climb. We'll call it a hill for now, because it's just one game. Still plenty of time to bring this one back for the Next2Nu Esports. Though, both teams playing a very well game. I mean, off by 1 shot from both teams. So, definitely having pressure from both sides. You love to see that. How do you think this next match is going to go, Cherry?
If you're on the Next2Nu Esport roster, the big thing you're looking towards is going to be the aggression. The defense looked good. They were able to maintain composure. Finding the saves was the name of the game, and they played it perfectly. To a dime, however, the Lemons just continued the offensive and were unhindered by their opposition. Very rarely were they being proactive from Next2Nu, and we need to see that because that's something that within day 1, within day 2, that was their specialty. Even against top teams like SpaceStation Gaming, they still were able to maintain goals, and they did that so actively that gave them a bit of presence within the matchup. Now coming into this one, it seemed as if these 4 goals, at least until the end, it seemed uncontested. Obviously, the second goal they were able to find to relinquish the lead from the Lemons roster. That was good. That showed that they can compete. However, they have to continue that if they want to be able to find a win within the series.
Match number 2 starts off here. 5 minutes on the clock. Next2Nu Esports definitely looking to take this one and hopefully to take an early lead. Kehvn, an unfortunate miss. That's all right, though. It does happen. No one can be perfect. Wuzy gonna play one high. That one to Velocity. Velocity out. Looking to carry this over one. Finding the demo. Kehvn might have a shot. Finds the demo. Velocity. Gonna let Wuzy take this one. Gets 50. That one back down to velocity. Might see something midfield. It's going to be Brock, and a shot not able to go through. Wuzy back the other way. Going to be just barely wide.
Currently, Next2Nu Esports gonna have to play the defense, but as it goes onto their side, Wuzy, the one to pick it up, going to go for the 50-50, not able to make it happen in their favor. Ball stays aggressive, it stays wide. Geodes trying to push it in, but not able to make it happen. Wuzy still playing the defense, able to knock it straight out of pitch. But it is still going to be Brock taking up the aggression as they want to make this go their way, and it will, as they redirect the ball mid-air, gets the goal. 1-0 for game number 2, starting off on a hater.
Beautiful reset there from Brock. I mean, there's not much you can do to defend that. Even being at the skill that these players are, that is a rough one to defend. 3:55 left on the clock. Still plenty of time for these players to fight it out here. Good save on the Next2Nu Esports half. Gonna see Velocity wanting to take this one downfield. Gonna find a 50. It's gonna go over him. That's fine. It's straight to Kehvn, down to Wuzy. Ball going high. Might see Velocity play on first. Yes, we will. It's going to be a bang downfield. Are there defenders? Yes, there are. And it's sent back the other way.
Rough goal potential as the Lemons are sticking to the aggression. We look towards Geoids, looking to pinch this down, but it goes over. Damage found as Zell picks up the second goal of game number 2. As we look towards Geodes, passing it right on over. Bottom of the car, striking hot. It's Velocity trying to go for the save, but just pushes it in right for him. Tragedy as the Lemons go up 2-0. Next2Nu Esports, despite their prevalence within the upper bracket, the lowers does seem to be doing a little bit of mental damage to that fortitude they've been so proactive with. Now Next2Nu Esports needing to find 2-0, or they go down to series point and go down on day 2.
Let's hope that is not the case. Joe's going to play one high. That one's going to be over everybody. Wuzy looking to take possession here in the corner. Trying to find 50 on one. Unfortunately, not going to be able to. Now we see Kehvn playing high. Finds the 50. That one's sent to the sidewall. Velocity on next. Looking for it around one. Not able to. Kehvn gets a nice soft touch. Unfortunately, Brock is already on it. This aggression, it doesn't seem to be working from Next2Nu Esports. What do they need to do? What do they need to add into their aggression that makes things go through?
Being Wuzy, trying to get the ball a little bit aggressive. Nobody to follow up on it. However, the Lemons gonna have to play this offense if they want to score the third, if they want to keep this out of reach. However, Wuzy can have different words for them, keeping it away. Velocity changes up the trajectory, moves it to the opposite side of the field. We look towards Kehvn, peeking upwards, going to be hit by Zell, but it's all up to Velocity to score this first. Passes it over, but prediction there, as it will be Geoids taking it for a ride. Going a little bit off course. It is still Velocity flapping their wings. Kehvn going to be able to stop the ball's agility, as now it's still going crazy as it goes barely out of net.
We see these players setting up some passes. Unfortunately, the Lemons are also seeing it right now, and a beautiful shot from Geoids, making it 3-0 for the Lemons. A dominant performance so far. What does Next2Nu Esports need to do?
Certainly seeming as if the Lemons coming out of nowhere. We had no expectations of them being the team to be able to take Next2Nu Esports to 5 maps, but it seems as if that might not even be the case, as we're really looking towards St. Clair Gold. We're really looking towards the Hoopsies, as it seems to be able to contest in this round. However, the Lemons coming straight out of nowhere and putting up a domination. 3-0 has been our scoreline so far. 1 minute, all that's remaining. Right now, if you're Next2Nu Esports, what I look towards as the mental you need to be taking is GG, go next. All you need now is a 3-0, and you will be fine. Not impossible by any means. Reverse sweeps have been seen, despite how unlikely they can be. It's all it takes is that mental resilience. Currently, the Lemons, they're going to have a very offensive push dropping down. Next2Nu, just looking to play defense, not looking to keep this game prolonged. Instead, just trying to end it ASAP.
This could be a beauty of a double from Velocity, and yes, it is. Sends it high and drops it back low. Well done from Velocity. That could be the mental reset they need there. That is goal number 1 for them in game 2. 33 seconds still on the clock. Not plenty of time, but there is still time. The dream stays alive. Wuzy not going to be able to play on this one. Kehvn, beautiful touch high. Going to be sent straight back to the back wall. Velocity getting 1. Playing it out for Wuzy. That one back to Kehvn. Kehvn finds a demo. Velocity. Gonna look to play on. Finds 50 across. Wuzy. 8 seconds on the clock, and they need 2. Is it possible? Unfortunately, that ball going to be blocked in midfield, and this game is over. Next2Nu Esports has, now we'll call it a mountain instead of a hill to climb.
Definitely looking rough as Next2Nu Esports taken to match and series point, as it seems as if the dream of bringing to day 3, getting top 32, might be starting to crumble for these players. Not able to score beyond that first goal. Velocity taking a little bit of a chance and working out. The rest of the team, unfortunately, falling apart. Now as the Lemons takes a 3-goal lead, just goes to show how this team is certainly firing on all cylinders, and we're going to be looking at them to be able to find this game. But Next2Nu Esports, will they go down, or will they try and swing their way across the finishing line? That's the question, and I'm just looking forward to seeing the answer.
As am I, man. I mean, we've seen the Lemons. They've just been so dominant these last 2 games. But we have the opportunity here for a reverse sweep in lower quarterfinals. That would be unreal if we get to see that one tonight.
Definitely not out of the question. Realistically, we are just going to kind of see what they do end up going for. But I mean, I'm just looking at this last game as what's really going to have to determine it. Next2Nu Esports, if they can find the win here, then I'll say that, yeah, I definitely believe in the reverse sweep. But as of now, just the dominant scoreline that the Lemons put up last game, it just makes me think that the mental may have dropped a little bit too hard after the SSG game.
I can see that. I mean, and then you go from SSG to the Lemons, and it's not looking like too much of a difference, you know? We do see Wuzy with a little bit of a card change. That could be the mental reset here. It happens for a lot of Rocket League players, me included. So, will that be the case? Kehvn with a nice redirect mid. Gonna look to play on this once more. Fortunately can't. Brock already on. Wuzy plays high. Gonna see the pre-jump from Velocity, and is that Zell, I believe? I would put money on that one. That one 50 high. Kehvn gonna find one down. Might be looking for something mid. Instead, Wuzy playing on first. Brock cleared across. That one going to orange territory.
Next2Nu Esports. Ball goes into opposition. However, there's the goal. Never mind. Barely blocked out. Seeming as if they might finally be able to find the opener, but unfortunately not going to be there just yet. Still, we look towards Next2Nu Esports, spreading out, not mobbing too heavily. Instead, they leave this aggression to be spreading as they expand territory. Brock brings it back, looking to make something happen, but the trajectory gets changed. Kehvn dropping it to the left side, going to be spotted out. Zell forcing it to the ground, bouncing up. Geoid takes it for a spin. Still though, Next2Nu Esports unable to get the cross out onto opposition territory as it's going to loom under, and Geoid's taking it for all it's worth. The score comes in at 3:08. There's the first goal for the Lemons.
First goal for the Lemons, and that's been the opener 3 games in a row. Still got 3 minutes on the clock. Still plenty of time, but Next2Nu Esports, they've dropped early in the series. So far, it's just 1, thankfully. But that scoreline could look bad momentarily. Let's hope not. Wuzy gonna take one high. Looks for the reset, finds it, tries to find 50. Unfortunately, won't be able to. Ball 50 low. Brock plays on first. It's sent to the sidewall now. 50 high. Good touch to the midfield by Kehvn. Gonna be 50 out. A shot. Brock barely saves that one. And Velocity trying to keep this pressure still going, but Brock has other plans.
Next2Nu Esports, despite being down 1, they keep resembling a very strong team that they once were. And so far, day 1 went out without a hitch. Day 2, very few until last game they played. Then the break happened, and it's just been lights out. Right now, Next2Nu needs to be able to bring this back, and I definitely know they have the firepower. We've seen it from them in previous series. Just the acceleration that this team possesses. It's being up there with the best. And unfortunately, this might just be it to regain their confidence, but tragedy strikes once more as it gets cleared away.
Velocity has an opportunity. Gonna be blocked away by Brock. With the little plan B there, okay. Did not know that we were doing all that. You love to see it. A little freestyler mechanics.
Oh.
It's not going to work out here as Wuzy puts it to the back of the net and finds the equalizer of game 3.
There it is. Wuzy picks it up right over Brock's head. Not going to give them anything to work with. A tragic end to Brock's story with the undefeated situation they were going in with the lower bracket run. 1-1 going to be the scoreline. Next2Nu starting to mount the comeback necessary to be able to bring this to a game number 4. As we already look towards this ball looming in air, Brock trying to take it up, going to go right over Kehvn, able to bounce it off of the roof as Zell's going to hit him midair. It goes over to Velocity, going to try and hit it backboard is all they manage as it gets blocked away. Kehvn takes it once more, and they go for an aggressive stance. However, the amount of players mobbing right over, hits it towards goal. Not going to be able to make anything after. Velocity picks it right up, but Velocity gets nothing as it will go over to Zell, who's going to be able to bring it right into air as Wuzy takes it over for the 50-50. It goes close to net. However, a contestant spotted.
Contestant spotted indeed. Still 1-1, 50 seconds left on the clock. This game coming to a close. Next2Nu Esports looking to clear this ball. And quickly. This one's sent high. Joyd's gonna look for one more. Never mind. Fake for Brock. Wuzy gets one high. Zell first to play on. Kehvn. Not a ton of boost, but enough to play. Good 50-50 there from Velocity. Brock bang downfield. Gonna see Geoids taking it high. That one drops straight low off of that waterfall. Now Velocity looking for one. Finds it. That's gonna go downfield. Geoids picking it up. Velocity rotating out. We're gonna see Wuzy maybe gonna let Kehvn play on first. Does indeed. Brock flying high. Both these teams kind of sitting back just a little bit. They don't want to get scored on. They want to bring this one to OT, and it drops. We will see an overtime, people.
Overtime reached. Next2Nu Esports second overtime of the weekend. As it's fitting, the qualification match for their third day would be the time they get to a third overtime. As we look towards all these blue players marching over, defense needing to be rebuilt, regained. Brock going to slow down, halt the ball for at least a second as they weather the storm. Kehvn brings it right on into action as this becomes a hurricane, where it gives Wuzy the opening goal for this roster to make their appearance, making it 2-1. The Lemons getting too comfortable, and it gives Next2Nu Esports a way into this game.
We're heading to a game number 4, people. Well done from Next2Nu Esports, showing that they have the firepower to do this. Well done so far. Let's hope that they keep that up. That was a beautiful game, to say the least.
Strong start for the comeback, and that's exactly what you like to see, right? You have assists from both Velocity and Kehvn. Wuzy being the finisher, able to make this go in. That's what you like, and that's what they're going for. It's a strategy that significantly revolves around that one striker position. You always got to make sure you have situations like this where each and every player has that capability, and this certainly is a team that does. We look towards the Lemons. Brock with 3 saves. Zell with 3 saves. The team playing cohesively on the defense. However, their offense looked a little bit more lackluster comparatively to what we've seen in previous series for last game, especially. I mean, right now we are going to be looking towards game number 4 to see whether or not game 5 will be on the cards, whether or not the Lemons will be able to finish this. But Obviously, with how the scoreline currently looks, it is desperate, but not desperate enough, as Wuzy already picking up a first right off kickoff.
Well done there. A beautiful shot off kickoff. Sees Geoids in net, places it far left behind him. Well done there. Kickoff once again. 4:56 left on this clock. Still plenty of time, I would say. Brock plays one to the sidewall. That's going to be banged high. Wuzy finds the touch, and a beautiful one at that. This one cleared away in the corner. You see Kehvn playing a nice touch. Gonna look for one more. Finds it. That's gonna bounce out. Wuzy looking to play on first. Finds the touch on the sidewall. Zell to his teammate. Velocity able to get the save. And that one cleared away from the Next2Nu net.
Next2Nu keeping up the defense at this point. They are poised to be able to find game number 5. The first game number 5 we've seen from this roster. Will they be able to do it? Forcing the ball in, but barely gets knocked out. Thankfully, Next2Nu going to be able to keep the composure alive as they stand tall. Bringing this game back into their favor. It is going to be the Lemons trying to keep the aggression alive, as unfortunately Kehvn with a touch from the top bumper. Still dominating the battlefield, but oh, that could be a little bit desperate, but no, not for long. As we see Geoids with Brock as well, picking it up. Contestation comes out 50-50, not going to go their way. It is still going to be the ball left in center court, but as it pushes up, Zell forced into a saving position.
Wuzy gonna look to play on next, not able to. Geoid's already on. Gonna see Kehvn gets one, looks for 50-50, not able to find it. Velocity playing one to his teammate Wuzy, who was waiting for it. Now 50-50 across. Gonna see that one touched back. Velocity, not a ton of boost, just looks for the bang. Maybe one more. Trying to get that one down to his teammate Wuzy. Good 50-50. That one going over to Kehvn. Kehvn, nice touch. Velocity finds it around one. Brock able to make the save. This one back mid already.
As we look towards Next2Nu, 2 players on the defense. Velocity able to save. Goes right back over. Geoid's able to pick it up. Still though, as it goes opposite side, it will be Kevn's to control. Taking this, maneuvering it over right side, building up the push with Wuzy going in as well. Velocity able to move it past 2 blockers. And now as they look for the rebound, it is going to be snuffed out immediately. Still though, playing from the high ground, looking to devolve it in, but diverging upwards, it is going to be the Lemons still consistently taking this ball for a spin, as now Zell trying to get the 50-50 and building to it, connecting on. It is going to be hitting the backboard, but unfortunately, despite the crossbar getting attempted, no goal coming in. The Lemons still gonna have to play for it, but at 1-0, it's all on them.
Beautiful shot out of Velocity, almost making it 2-0, but it's gonna be cleared away and quite fast. Kehvn finding one on back wall. Gonna look to keep playing on that beautiful 50 out of the Geoids, or out of Geoid. This one, this sidewall, gonna look for one, finds it around. Wuzy able to get possession next, though not a ton of boost, trying to find something to get this ball around and keep this out of their territory. This one cleared back. Brock able to find one. Kehvn touch high. No one to follow up just yet. Kehvn with a beauty of a fake. Velocity able to play on next. Zell bang downfield. Wuzy already up for it. Finds the touch. Gonna try and play one more. This one back to Kehvn. Kehvn off back wall. Finds 50-50. This ball just bouncing in the orange corner.
Ball goes a little bit deep, but into deep orange territories where Next2Nu thrives the highest. Is now Kehvn going to be hit by a demo. Zell, control. Nothing much as it will be going up. 1 minute remains as it seems as if a game 5, all but inevitable. Goals from the Lemons seems to be all but snuffed out, as at this point, Next2Nu has completely disassembled the aggressive stance that they were once taking. Without that available to them, the Lemons, they've been good on the defense, but needing to be a lot better on the offense if they want to bring this back. Wuzy shutting down the aerial attack, as now Kehvn going to lock down the midfield. Still looking good as Velocity brings it in. It's gonna be Wuzy for a second goal on the game, taking this game by storm.
Well done there. A beautiful pass from Velocity, and Wuzy able to intercept first. Unfortunately, Brock just a little late on his flip in net. Game 5, all but inevitable, as you said. We see the 2-0 with 30 seconds left on the clock. This was a situation that Next2Nu was in previously, but Geoids finding the shot here to make it 1-2 with 22 seconds left on the clock. The dream is still alive for the Lemons.
The dream's alive, but at 20 seconds, how much more can they ask for? Obviously, we remember the SSG game. Next2Nu was able to score the goal, bringing 2-2 to get overtime within only 5 seconds. 17's what's given to the Lemons. Whether or not they'll be able to make anything off this certainly would require a miracle, to say nonetheless. However, 5-4-3, the clock rumbles down, and as it all was on Hilton to the ground, it will be planted. Next2Nu Esports brings it back. Equalization 2-2. The reverse sweep in a best of 5 seems to be on the ropes, as it's not going to be the Lemons taking this as cut and dry as it looked like after match one and after match 2. It really seemed like they had it, but now Next2Nu coming back from the despair, and you really look towards Wuzy with 4 goals out of 4 within the last 2 games. Obviously, we look towards the scoreboard velocity as well, with 2 assists, 3 saves, giving off so much playmaking potential. And that just gives Wuzy all the plays to go for. Like, this is just a team with so much cohesivity that's been working out so well for them.
Absolutely. And as they take game number 4, they're hoping for number 5. They are hoping for that reverse sweep into day number 3. We see only 4 shots coming out from Next2Nu Esports, while the Lemons definitely having a little bit more. And when I say that, I mean double, with 8. So we do see that firepower from the Lemons still. But Next2Nu Esports, even with not as many shots, they are placing them with surgical precision. Well done so far.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing game number 5 kicking off in just a little bit. But one of the things I'm looking for is I want to see Kehvn coming online, because so far we've seen Kehvn having a little bit of a rough time getting involved within this matchup within the Lemons. Obviously, we remember previous series. They've been the deciding factor. They've been the player who creates all the moments for this team to thrive and shine within the darkness that they've been living under. So I think this is certainly going to be the game where I want to see them bring it out the most. Game 5 is upon us, as now the lead, it's all disassembled. No more upper advantage if you're on that Lemons roster. And I imagine that the mental fortitude must be dropping, as if you went and lost 2 maps in a row after being on the verge of making it to day 3. So right now, you are certainly not going to be happy with the results.
Well, there's still 1 more game to go. Server kicked us out, unfortunately, so we missed the start a little bit. But Next2Nu Esports up 1-0 already. 4:15 left on the clock, and a beautiful touch around. We're going to see Velocity looking to play on first. Not going to be able to. A beautiful fake out of Geoids there. Going to leave a little bit too much time, though, and the Next2Nu Esports roster is back to play defense. Wuzy finding 50 high. Going to see Brock playing 1 down. Kehvn waiting on it. Able to find the touch. Zell 50. That one just going to drop in from Velocity. Well done.
Amazing stuff coming in, as just the team cohesivity working its magic, all the gears in unison. Next2Nu Esports 348 already looking like they have a stranglehold over this matchup. Day 3 looks inevitable, as Wuzy gonna be able to take another goal, just giving off the energy. And I mean, how on earth can you not love what you are watching? Velocity goes for the demo, and that's a 3rd goal scored on target. As we look at the SSG symbol reigning, despite losing to the team, they still wear that. And that just shows they have no fears. They have no regrets. Now it's the Lemons have to make the comeback. 3 goals per minute is insane.
It is insane, but it is possible. We've seen it happen Kehvn almost able to get that one, but Zell places it perfectly top right. A beautiful shot that one was, and a great pass from Brock. That one just landing in a place that no one can reach, unfortunately. 3-1. The Lemons gonna start trying to crawl their way back here. We see the double fake on kickoff. Geoid's gonna wait, gonna give it to Zell. Zell back to Brock midfield. Brock gonna be a little bit high on that one. Kehvn almost finding the bang out. Unfortunately, not gonna be able to, but this does get cleared either way. Velocity, good 50, mid-net. Kehvn with a beautiful save there. And this one continues to rain on to the Next2Nu esports net.
And we look towards Next2Nu as the team that's been consistently showing their prevalence in the reverse sweep. It was needed, and they show it that they have that potential to make it happen. Not just yet, as Brock will be able to find the pinch off of the goal line, and fortunately for Next2Nu, it will be stolen away just for a little bit. Brock gonna try and maneuver it right on over, but it gets hit off course, as taking it back will now be Next2Nu, getting their feet dirty. The Lemons needing to be able to make something as they take a one, looking for a second, but right now a second just doesn't seem possible as there's an open net all for the taking. Is Velocity surprising nobody, showing their prevalence.
Absolutely a great pass from Kehvn upfield, saw his teammate and saw the wide open net in front of him. Easy pass. 4-1 Next2Nu esports. 2:17 left on the clock. It's gonna be 5-1 as Wuzy plays the kickoff well. Giving
So much for this team. It's a fifth from Wuzy. I mean, how can you not love this team? Bringing everything for them. It's going to be Wuzy, who's just being on the front each and every time in terms of their scoring potential. But at this point, the Lemons, 4 goals needed in 2 minutes, seeming inevitable. Wuzy goes for another, barely going to miss out on it. And it's going straight on over. Right now, though, maybe going to be a little bit taken away. And as Wuzy goes for a 6th, able to connect with a minute 46. The Lemons taking it back once more. And you've got to imagine that their mental has to be shattered. They were on the forefront of this series. They were on the verge of taking it 3-0. And at the very end, striking back, Next2Nu esports comes into play.
They found their mental back, we'll say, from day one. They are back to what we know them as. And that is Next2Nu esports. Beautiful bang downfield. Wuzy can look for one. Finds a shot almost deep into the net. Unfortunately, not going to be able to. Beautiful Cuxer pinch there. Not going to find its way to the net, but very close to it. Shot from Wuzy. That makes number 4 for him.
Next2Nu esports bringing a 7th into play. The Lemons having very little to be able to come back from this at this point, and this might just be the most dominant game from Next2Nu esports we've seen, as already leaving the game, the Lemons gone and dusted. GG's all around, as that gives Next2Nu esports game number 5, the reverse sweep collected, as the Lemons going to be going down for a forfeit. And I mean, how insane is that to be able to come back after being down 2-0 within the qualifying match, and in the final game number 5 winning out 7-1 in a forfeit victory with a 5th of the game still remaining.
Well done from Next2Nu esports. They showed out. They told everybody that that their name, they carry a weight with it. All right. Well done from them. I can't wait to see tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be electric versus some of the higher teams now.
I mean, obviously, game number 3, game number 4, we're still waiting to see whether or not Next2Nu esports had the resilience to be able to come back, bring it forward to make top 32. But it does seem as if we were worried for nothing, as in the end, they found everything they could possibly be looking for. But we do have an interview with one of the players on the team. So, ladies and gentlemen, coach, sorry. We have an interview with the coach of the Next2Nu esports roster. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you stay tuned, because we will be back with the coach of Next2Nu esports in just 1 second. Prex, all right, thank you. All right, so Prex, all right, we're starting off here. All right, game number 1. All right, we're going into that best of 5, right, against the Lemons. It was crazy. You guys just came off of a 30-minute break or so to be able to come into this matchup. How did that feel? How did that scrimming go? And do you think that possibly caused what we just witnessed?
I'm gonna be honest, I think it's kind of a mixture of both. We kind of played exactly how you saw in games 1 and 2 in the scrim. It was not pretty, but the team always adjusts well. The team always makes great decisions, and I had full confidence in the boys to come out on top here.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, you guys made the decisions, changed it up, and I just want to get some quick thoughts, right? In between game 2, game 3, what was that flipping of the switch that we saw, changing from that kind of passive style to that just so proactive and engaging team that we kind of witnessed towards the end of that series?
I mean, when you go down 2 in a best of 5, like, when you go into that third game, you have to play like you have nothing to lose. And in that moment, we had nothing to lose. It was either we're a win or we're out. So we were just hungry for that win. I know Wuzy was screaming throughout the whole series. It was honestly inspirational. I wish I could share the comms. No, the boys were on top of it. It was just one of those things. We had nothing left to lose. We put it all on the table, and us putting it all on the table helped us win.
Exactly. That electric energy causes the team to be able to get the vibes up, do all that, and it certainly does help. So I'm going to give Etchasketch, I think that's how you pronounce the name. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
The Mike, if you want to ask a couple questions before we head on out.
All right. Well, beautiful series, I just have to say first. But how do you mentally prepare your team to, first off, play against supersonic SpaceStation Gaming? Sorry. How do you prepare your team to play against SpaceStation Gaming?
I mean, it's kind of understanding that they get paid the big bucks for a reason, and we're here to make a show of it, right? We definitely went in there. It wasn't. I mean, we got swept. I don't think the scoreline says the whole story. I mean, when they were going, they were really good, but at the same time, I know, like, all the SSG boys are really cool. So us going into that game, we knew where we were at. And we knew we were underdogs, and that was our whole mentality. It's kind of understanding we're underdogs. It's not that we're it's not that we're out of it. It's that we can win. We just have to show up. Unfortunately, we didn't, but we have tomorrow, right? Swiss is everything. Obviously, like, we had to reverse sweep here in double elim, but Swiss is everything. Honestly, the prep for double elim is going to be entirely different compared to Swiss. Swiss, we have 3 lives, I believe.
Yes.
Against SSG, we knew we had the extra life. If we went down, it's fine. All that mattered was learning, and the team definitely went out there and learned, and they realized just how close we are to the top, and it's just a matter of getting those finishing touches.
Absolutely, man. This is going to be the last one for me, but after dropping to SSG, unfortunately, which was a great series, how do you get that mental back up? How do you get into that state of, I need to regain for this last game?
I mean, you have to be a professional at that point. I mean, having that 30-minute break was great, but the scrim afterwards we sucked in. Ultimately, it all comes down to taking this game by game. A lot of players, they can have a bad game and it will ruin their series. Our team, Next2Nu, that's not in question. If we have a bad game, we move on from it, and that's going to be the most important thing heading into Swiss tomorrow. Absolutely, is if we power of being able to move on. That makes a true difference in a team. And honestly, we got. Oh, sorry, my language. We got it.
Absolutely, you guys got it indeed. Cherry, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, just to conclude this interview. Sorry, I'm gonna ask you this, right? Because I know that you have been the coach for quite a little bit, and I know you have that connection with the team. But just to finish off, do you have anybody in your life that you'd like to thank? Any pets, parents, family members, girlfriend, anything like that that you would like to give a shout out to?
Honestly, shout out to my mom and my girlfriend. They're both awesome. They both support me because I'm taking a really big risk by pursuing Rocket League. I think everyone is whenever they pursue Rocket League. And not only that, shout out to my coworkers, like in real life coworkers. I'm at a work event right now, and they've been coming up to me asking how we're doing, and it's awesome. Like, life is great right now. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to production. Shout out to Bumbling, Kota, CloutCaptain. Shout out to Next2Nu. Everyone there, even Catman. Shout out to everyone. Honestly, the entirety of my life is great. Shout out the players. I don't know. I just have so many things, so many graces for so many people right now. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to tomorrow, definitely.
Absolutely. Sounds like a plan. Hope you guys can make that qualification, come top 16, come top 8, get to LAN. That's always the dream. And we'll have to see whether or not Next2Nu will be able to make that qualification happen. Obviously, the dream is real. It's on, as we saw some good contention on SSG's matchup. And if you can put a good fight up against them, we'll obviously see the underdogs make some prevalence in the lower brackets, whether or not it's in Swiss, whether or not it's in that SSL format. It's certainly going to be looking, or GSL, sorry. It's certainly going to be looking like you guys have that opportunity to be able to make it happen. But that is going to be it from us here on the broadcast. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow for the Swiss stage of day 3. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to our producer, Nick and CS, for joining us on the buttons. And that is it. Thank you all so much. Peace out.